So the Kansas City Chiefs have traded for wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Tennessee Titans, it's not going well in Nashville. No big surprises there. Titans are starting maybe to clean house a little bit, rebuild this roster in the image of the current general manager and new head coach, which, if I'm not mistaken, Rand Carthen is the one who decided to go get DeAndre Hopkins. That's neither here nor there at this point. Right now, we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs and what that means for them, what this trade means for the Chiefs, a team that simply just finds ways to win, to muck it up, to beat their opponent every single week. Won 2 straight Super Bowls. They're clearly the favorites to win the Super Bowl here again in 2024. Now they go get DeAndre Hopkins. I know a lot of folks are probably looking at this as like, oh my gosh, how do they keep getting away with this? But the fact of the matter is the Chiefs have had some serious injuries at receiver. Hollywood Brown has not been able to play for them all year. Yes, they still have Travis Kelce. Juju Smith-Schuster dealing with a hamstring injury right now. Rashee Rice out for the year. So it's not as if you're adding DeAndre Hopkins on to all these other talented pieces that they already have. Yeah, Xavier Worthy, certainly. Travis Kelce, certainly. Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL. And a great defense. So I don't want folks to kind of overreact and think that, well, this puts the Chiefs over the top. They were already over the top, for one. For two, this is replacing some of the stuff going on injury-wise that the Chiefs have dealt with, obviously. I think that Rashee Rice out for the year. Juju dealing with a hamstring. Hamstrings can be tricky, so the Chiefs say, hey, we got to go get somebody who can be a professional pass catcher for us, right? Yes, you like Xavier Worthy and his ability to use his speed to pick up chunks of yardage, right? But he is not a reliable go-to receiver at this point in his young career. So DeAndre Hopkins comes in, and yes, he is up there in age, right? He's been around the block more than once or twice, and hasn't had like this super productive year so far in Tennessee. He's 32 years old. But I do think this is a good fit. I think it was a good fit before he went to Tennessee. It's still a good fit. This gives Patrick Mahomes a true professional at wide receiver to throw the football to. Somebody who, whether he's covered or not, got a good chance with Patrick Mahomes throwing him the football to come down with that ball. He's never been like the biggest speedster in the world, and he doesn't need to be when you look at the guys he's replacing, Rashee Rice and Juju Smith-Schuster. Hopefully you have Juju and DeAndre after not too long if you're a Chiefs fan, and obviously the other guys we've talked about. But in the meantime, if Juju does miss time, I think that DeAndre can do all that stuff that Juju and Rashee have done. Is Rashee Rice right now probably a little bit more explosive than DeAndre is at 32 years old? Yes. But I also think that DeAndre, the physicality that he's able to play with, the savvy, the subtle hand moves and physicality that he can use to get open and create separation late and use his incredibly strong hands to win. It's going to be a little bit of a different element that the Chiefs haven't had. I think he can do a lot of the things you have seen them do with these wide receivers, with Juju, with Rashee, but I think he's even going to add a little bit more of an element of this possession receiver down the field that can win on the outside or in the slot, and be a contested catch guy a little bit for the Chiefs. So that's pretty terrifying. It really is. But the fact that they have lost Rashee Rice, the fact that they have lost Hollywood Brown, tames them a little bit. This was a pivot that they needed to make because of injuries at the position. It's not as if you're getting DeAndre Hopkins on top of all this exciting talent right now. They did this because they felt they needed to, not to put the icing on the cake, but to keep the ship afloat on offense for these Kansas City Chiefs. And I think it was a good move by them. I absolutely do. I think that they're going to be incredibly difficult to beat in the playoffs. You look at that defense, you look at the way that they can just find different ways to grind games out on both sides of the ball, the talent they have, the coaching they have on both sides of the ball with Andy Reid, with Steve Spagnuolo. Yeah, the Chiefs are Clearly the favorite. Still my Super Bowl pick in the AFC. Not much has changed there. I do think the NFC is looking a lot more threatening than maybe expected, but I think the Chiefs are still the team to beat in the NFL. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Y'all have a good one.